All right, we're back. Episode 10, rolling with the homies. We're finally back to, normal scheduling, and we're all back in town. And, be good to get back in studio and kind of update everybody
Keep them
and
rolling.
keep them
Keep these episodes
rolling.
rolling.
Yeah, for
Let's
sure.
do it.
So, of course, the biggest topic, we'll just get it off our chest right off the bat. How are you doing post fight? Give us a little. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it is what it is. We have to face the music, and you know, uh, shit. You know,
Yeah.
seen the highlights, and I knew the camp was great. Felt good. The weight cut was amazing. The rehydration, refuel process was good. It felt great at 125. You know, just got caught with a good punch in there and just couldn't recover. I felt like after I got hit with the punch, got back up, kind of felt okay to where I was moving, coming forward, but I still wasn't like all there. I took him down, and then we got into a scramble and came back to our feet, and it just felt like I was on a slant. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, like it's still not recovered. And he brought the pressure and he brought the combinations and was able to capitalize. So hats off to him. He was able to do his job, and I still feel like 25 is a great weight for me. I love what I was able to do inside of camp. What I'm taking away from this past camp or the last, say, 6 months of getting the weight down or 3 months of camp that we did was just the positive stuff from it. Growing from there, obviously we didn't get the victory, but we learned some lessons along the way. And that's what it's about, evolving and growing. Obviously we want to win, and everyone sees a win at the end of the day is, success. But, I did a lot of good things in camp that I'm happy with, that I can take into the next fight camp and just, grow off of that. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, dude. Like, there's so many things that could have gone right or gone wrong, I just remember being in there, and leg kicks were working really nice. And thought he was going to bring a little bit more pressure earlier on, but he was just waiting to throw that right hand. So I was like, all right, I started, the timing. He's actually shorter than I thought, so I had to kind of hunker down, like we spoke about, kind of hunker down a little bit on that first jab. He kind of got under mine. I didn't adjust my head on the jab, so I kind of hunkered down a little bit because I wasn't too tall to, too tall of a stance for the overhand right to come over the top. So I kind of hunkered down a little bit, and that left me not kind of moving, because I was kind of squatted down a little bit. I think Advocate just kept the motion up and stuff. I kind of got a little more excited for the fight to kind of unveil. I feel like he would open up with more combos, but he was trying to land that overhand right, and those leg kicks were working really well. I remember throwing the kick, but seeing it beforehand, he was not in the range for the kicking range. So I pulled the right back and was going to throw the punch kick that we've been working on. And I didn't have my feet underneath me to get my head off the lane. His right hand landed first, caught me flush. Good for him. Hats off. Like
It's hard, man, when you get caught with a perfect shot, the perfect range by a guy who's got heavy hands and known to finish guys. Like, with those little gloves, it's hard to recover, and no excuses. Like he was the better man that night,
good
and
for him.
like all you can do is kind of try to learn from that and get better from it. So.
Yeah, definitely hats off to him, and was able to capitalize. On the biggest win of his career. I know that there's a lot of comments and negativity, but if I stopped or if I listened to the negativity and the naysayers, the doubters, I would have stopped a long time ago. I wouldn't have been able to accomplish what I was able to accomplish.
Yeah.
So for me, I just take it with a grain of salt and understand that this sport, is so fickle. The fans are so fickle. You're 1 win, 2 wins, a big win away from being back to, everyone loving you and saying you're this and that. And I don't need, that in my life to dictate whether I'm going to continue or, because I know, like we just spoke about, what I took away from the camp and the training was the positive things I was able to do, because the consistency, things I was, the great shape that I came in, the weight cut, just everything, man. I'm just like, the hunger's there, You know, and it's
Yeah.
just a little thing. Like maybe it's a little maybe of a mentality switch inside of there, like inside the octagon, or like I said, we got caught with a punch. Like if we didn't get caught with a punch in the TJ fight, in the first fight, we wouldn't be talking about this. Like you can go back and all these fights, or if I didn't have a great performance against Cruz, like there's just all these things that could have went right or went wrong in each fight, and here we are, we learn from. I'm in a little down period of my life, my career, but man, the hunger and the passion and the love for the training, because you have to love this to do this every single day, to wake up every single day, tired, sore, beat up, and to put your body through this, to sacrifice so much just to get inside that octagon, to come there as healthy as you can and make sure, hopefully, that you show up on fight day ready to fight.
Yeah.
So there's so much that goes into a camp, into a fight, that the average human, a lot of people don't understand it. So those are the Monday quarterbacks.
Yeah, man, and just to talk about that, this sport and this game is so fickle. You'll have fans that are like all about you and want to be all on your jock, and then one loss or you do something and they're now they're the troll, right?
Oh yeah.
And they're sliding in your DMs or they're commenting on all your posts and like I get it too, and I can only imagine like the level like you get it, or people that with your type of following get it. So you just got to cancel all that shit out. You can't let it affect you. And people are always trying to bring you down, and that just tells you where they're at in their life.
Exactly.
And the people who are doing that, you guys are low life, and you guys are pretty much scum. You guys need to go figure out some better things to do than go on something on social media and talk down them when they're going through hard times. So you guys can fuck off. Seriously.
My thing is, like, I've had that my whole entire life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I found success early on. I was a freshman state champion. I lost in the state finals my sophomore year. So there's always just been those naysayers. This is all he's done. This is not he's watching it. Listen, when it's over, I say it's over.
Yeah.
Not the fans, not Dana, not fucking anybody, but me. Well, I know and I understand that I don't have it anymore. I don't have what it takes to push myself in training to be prepared to go out there and give my best shot to win, then I'll be done. I can honestly say that, and I have a good support system around me that'll be like, hey, look, let's look at something else.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so far down the road. I feel like I have, I'm 30 years old. I still have a lot of left in the tank to do. We'll make the corrections. We'll figure it out. Like I said, we're in.
Yeah, like the weight cut went great, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like are like, oh, was it the weight cut? Like, did that affect the outcome of him not being able to take a shot? And you can never really like pinpoint what the exact reason was, but like I don't think it was, because I've seen a lot of people cut weight, and the way we cut the weight, it was over a period of time. And with Dr. Mateo's help, you did things right. It's not like you just weren't drinking water and completely dehydrated the whole week, and you weren't eating. Like, you were eating the whole week and all that stuff. So, like you said, we just can take away the things that we did right, and then we got to figure out the things that went wrong and fix that. So
that's what's good about life or the career. I might be in a little, 1-5 in my last 6 fights, but, I would remember being an amateur, supposed to be my last amateur fight, and get knocked out. Like, oh, man, I've been in, situations like this with less. You know what I mean? I have an amazing son, great support system, amazing family, coaches, friends, everything. So, I mean, I'm not worried about what is to come. Like I said, it's up to me. I feel like that's how you see your true character. I was on a 3-fight knockout skid, and then knocks Rafael Sunsao the next week. The next world. Then obviously had the Rob Font fight went 5 rounds, and that motherfucker pieced me up with some shots. I just couldn't get my offense going in there. And then obviously this fight, I get stopped by Kayakara, but it's learning and growing. Like I said, I did so many good things in the last camp. Just fucking wasn't my night. I have no excuses. Like I said, hats off to him. I'm doing fine. Look, Christmas is 2 days away. I have a 3-year-old son, about to be 4. That's super excited that Santa is coming. He's on the good list, so he's
Yeah.
excited about
I
that.
bet you guy, he's probably getting to that age to where
Yeah.
like he can get excited about Christmas,
Yeah,
right?
he found all the presents. Like he's a little snooper. He was like, "Oh, come here! I see something. I see something." And he found all of his Christmas presents. All of them.
Were they wrapped yet, or are they
No,
just,
they
like,
weren't wrapped.
no?
Yeah, they were.
I used to
hidden.
do that too. I used to like go in my mom's closet, like try to like I'll like peel back the side and like see what's under there.
Yeah, since we're on that topic, and I think that's great. Like, obviously me and Zach are super close. We grew up, 10 months apart from each other, 10.5 months. And I remember one Christmas, and I thought Santa was real. Like I would fight whoever said Santa was fake. Like
Yeah.
I took that to the court. I'm like, no, I hear him. I was for certain that I heard him a couple times at Christmas, And I remember my mom, but you guys better go to sleep or Santa's not coming. I remember one Christmas, Zach was up talking, like, man, I hope I get this Game Boy. I hope I get, like, just talking. And I was like, man, we had bunk beds, and we lived at our grandma's house at this time. We were young. And he was just talking his ear off, and he's one of those kids that just gets on and he goes, and he would always get us in trouble. Because my mom would hear us down there, or hear him talking actually.
Come
Come
like
down,
a
and she'd
loud,
beat
deep
our
voice.
ass, get to bed. Oh, yeah, deep voice. He'd get so excited. And I just remember him talking about how he's getting all this Christmas presents. Hope he gets this, this, and this. And he goes, oh, I know. And then one Christmas, we had these new bikes. I think they were Huffies. And they were hanging up in our garage, our grandparents' garage. Zach found them. And I was just like, it was the craziest thing that Zach found the gifts. And that's how I kind of knew, figured out Santa wasn't real.
Yeah. I remember.
Hurt. I was hurt, man. I was like, damn. I was like,
I thought he was real for a while because the cookies would be gone in the morning, and like the one present that really stands out to me is like when I got my Sega Genesis, like when I was like 10 or 11 years old. When I got that, I was super excited, and that changed the game for me.
Right, yeah.
Like, damn, Sonic.
Santa likes
You had
me,
to like
bro.
blow in the actual
Oh,
cassette. You had to blow it and like try to clean it out, and sometimes they didn't
Freeze.
work.
The best was when it would freeze, and then you would hurry up and take it out, blow, and put it back, and it would go resume the game. Like, oh yeah, man, those times are so. This generation doesn't understand.
Dude,
technology's.
technology's
I'm
way.
kind of lost. I haven't played video games in quite some time, but just looking back on Christmas time and things like that, like. It's great, to look back. Now I'm not, my son's the age where he understands like the elf on the shelf, and he's asking questions, and he wants his talking Hulk. He's like obsessed with like. We just went and watched the Spider-Man movie.
Was it good?
It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was 2.5 hours long. I didn't know that. Man, we stacked up on us. I'm glad we got a bunch of snacks. I ate so many Milk Duds. Oh my gosh! But popcorn. But it was 2.5 hours. He did great. He loved it. He's a big Spider-Man fan. But he wants his talking Hulk, and I'm like, cannot find a talking Hulk anywhere. So after the podcast, we're gonna hopefully go on a little
nice
last minute Christmas shopping.
Yeah, talking about snacks, how much did you think you got up to?
Oh man, I got pretty thick.
Because like I didn't see you for a week. I went for Elkins and stuff, and I came back. I saw you. I was like, oh shit, you put on some size.
I got up to 163. Yeah. In 4 days, I was 125, and then I weighed 4 days later, and I was 163.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was holding on to everything. I was like, man, I would go get coffee a couple times a day. I'm like, man, I would see that blueberry scone there. I'm like, fuck it, I'll get it. I'm like, every time I was like, I just couldn't. I didn't have any like. I didn't have any.
You were strict.
I was,
and that's how
strict,
I was when I made 35. So like, I would blow up, and you guys would make fun of me, like, because I would look super swollen, and like my abs would disappear so fast.
I still got. I just went to. What was that Warrior Sculpt this morning? I was, in there.
Still got it?
But I was doing some push-ups and stuff, doing the flow. Since I use the flow, but I definitely. It was like. To where because after the fight, I was moving, so I was in the process of moving, so I really couldn't go to the gym, and I was just the whole time I was just eating, just felt like garbage, like I was just nonstop moving and eating, and then doing it all again. So I finally am back in the gym. As of Monday, it was my first workout back, and it just felt good. I'm doing the Peloton and stuff.
No, but it's good. You need at least a week off to rest your body and rest everything. So.
It was good.
I'm glad you took that off and got to get your shit taken care of.
Man, those cravings are real, man.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I want to eat this. I got
Are they
sushi
still there?
so much. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I just had the coffee, and I was like up there, and I just got back from the gym, and they didn't have a blueberry scone, but they had this like blood orange scone, and I was like, hey man, like, how good is that? They're like, well, it's pretty popular. I'm like, well, fucking give it to me. Like, can you heat it up, warm it up for me? I can't say no. Like, man, it's tough.
It's
but
hard because it's like Christmas season too. So
yeah, it's Christmas, and yeah, I'm like I
get
said,
some
restricting
gingerbread
my
cookies.
yeah. I actually had one of those, but I restricted myself, and it's good. But I've had sushi a lot, you know, yeah, sweets a little bit, but I'm not really too big into sweets. Like obviously I had the Milk Duds, and Kaya had some Skittles, and I ate a bunch of popcorn. I'm not gonna lie, but I had a bunch of popcorn.
Did you get to check the Jake Paul?
Dude, I didn't. I was actually watching UFC fights then.
Yeah.
I was on. Actually, did my first run during the fight, so I was like just running, and I was skipping back and forth. But then I saw the highlights. I'm like, I forget who told me. I'm like, oh, Woodley got knocked out. I was like, oh, fucking, I watched it. I was like, damn. It was.
Yeah, because we watched it like we were still in Vegas. We unfortunately Elkins didn't get the win. Cub's a beast.
Yeah.
He's got good boxing.
He's sharp. He's got
sharp. He's
pinpoint
really fast,
accuracy.
And,
Yeah.
Like Elkins got caught with some hard punches, staying in that range where Cub's really good at.
Yeah.
And
well, I feel like he got Cub with some nice shots and felt pretty comfortable with like gunslinging inside.
Yeah, he hit him with that right hand.
Yep.
I think he got a little excited and was like, all right. And then I was like, don't stay in the range.
Yep.
But it was too late.
Cub works, he's in I don't know, he's in Oxnard, but he goes down there and trains and with some heavy
he's got
boxing.
Great boxing.
Yeah,
Man.
he
He's
boxes.
got great boxing.
So when you go in there and stand inside that boxing range, it's way different than the MMA range is a little different. So you're someone that's boxing a lot. And Elkins, I think, has improved so much with work with Amadeo, his strength and conditioning, so much. With Joey Rodriguez, he's 37, keeps evolving. I remember when he first came out, and like, dude was just tough as nails, no quit in him, and he's just one of those guys that's still evolving. So I mean, always huge.
Still no quit in him, man.
Still, yeah, hell no.
Got hit with that kick and just was like, he was still fighting.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Classic Elkins, he's not gonna stop until like someone stops the fight. But that was of course emotional weekend for me. 2 weekends. Josh got the win and congrats to him.
Congrats,
but
Josh.
like, honestly, like just everything else just like puts that to like you can't really celebrate when when you get those. So
very tough, man.
Yeah. Moving on to the new year. That's all we can do is like move on to 2022, and I think it's going to be a great year. I got some things in the works, and I know Cody, you always got some things in the work. But Panda new champ, like just talk about that real quick. Everyone counted her out. Like even man, who would have thought like Nunez would have got like finished?
I mean, I knew Penny has some good jiu-jitsu, but never.
So did I.
I knew she had good jiu-jitsu, and that's what she could. But I never thought that she would be able to, what transpired in that fight. I didn't watch the fight until a few days after, because I was actually just showering up by that time, and I got a text like, "Oh, Penny submitted Nunez in the second." I just think that Nunez she was so exhausted in the second round. She was in such control. Who knows what happened in camp and where she was at mindset, but. Congrats to Pena. She only got pieced up that first round.
True underdog. Talked all the shit before the fight. Backed it up, and it's awesome to see. It's the tough 18 champ. She became champ. So
was that 2013 you won that?
18.
2018.
Oh no, yeah, 2013.
It was 18.
Yeah,
tough
so
18.
what? 8 years later, she's grinded her way.
Had a child.
Had
some losses and setbacks. Like that's just the. What's great about our sport, it might not happen overnight. It might, happen when you get into the UFC. Everyone's road and path is so different.
Yeah.
And what they're faced with, obstacles, adversity, setbacks, losses, wins, injuries, having a child, all this stuff. There's just that's what's great. To look at that. She had success. She was Ultimate Fighter champion the first women's
female,
right?
yeah,
Female
Ultimate
one,
Fighter champion.
and then to be the first female. Well, first female. Well,
She was saying first mom champ.
Right.
That's but then I saw like Amanda come out like, hey, just because I didn't
Right.
birth my child, I'm still the mom champ.
Right.
And I respect that too, and I can see how they were kind of going back and forth
Right.
with that.
and I can see where Penny is at, but also like Amanda and her wife.
Yeah.
It's
They're still a mom and champ,
still
you know
you're
what I
still a
mean?
mom. Just
Yeah.
because it was tough. I think that they were at awards. And they were hyping up the fight. Just trying to sell the fight. But some things you say, and you're kind of just like, it is what it is. But like, respect to both women.
Yeah.
Being a parent and doing this is tough. You have so much that you have to give up and not be there for on probably both ends. Mother, father. So like I said, awesome, happy for her. Nunez, I feel like she's been such a great champion for so long. She'll bounce back for sure.
Yeah.
It's a little setback. Maybe that's what she needed to guide her through her last years of fighting, or till she wants to be done. Everyone's sparks a different fire. Sometimes losses or wins or can do that. So I'm excited to see how she rebounds. Excited to see what's next for Pena. Are they rematching?
You know what? I want to. Of course, they're going to rematch for sure.
Yeah, you have
but
to.
like, I would like to see the Pena Valentina rematch as well.
Oh,
because remember, Valentina
submitted her, right?
Yeah, I want to see that rematch.
That would be cool.
But they're going to give Nunez it right away.
That's deserving, rightfully so. But yeah, then. So
dude, what if Pena finished or beats Nunez again, and then fights Valentina and beats Valentina? She becomes the women's GOAT after that, right? If she beats those,
yeah. And you 2 times
Ultimate Fighter champ, and then you beat you beat the two
Nunez,
best women, and that should be her goal. And I probably like knowing Julia, it's probably her goal. Like that's what she wants.
Yeah, for sure. She's a champ now, so she can call the shots.
Yeah,
champ. You got the rematch with Nunez. I think that's obviously what's next. What everyone wants to see. And then obviously if she wins that, then Shevchenko's Valentina's gonna want to come up and get the other strap and be double champ. So
for sure.
Let's go into some Q&As.
All right, first question. What are some of your goals for 2022?
That's something that I usually do is visualize and write out my goals. Towards the end of the year, so I have a couple more weeks to do that. But I just right off the top is just get back into the gym, go back in the full swing of things, do some things in my personal life, tie up some stuff like that. But it's the goals are still the same. It's to be the best. It's to be the best fighter that I can be. I'm not in this to be runner up or just to be in the roster, so just work on things that's going to get me to the top and keep me there, obviously get some good wins and, where that's got, it's training differently or switching things up. So I have to kind of just formulate a huge process of what to eliminate, what to add. And it's like we're always, constantly, dissecting ourselves on what we could do better, what we could add more, what we could do less of. And that's where I'm at. So I'm excited to sit down and just kind of just do some soul searching, you can call it, but goal setting more so. How about you?
Yeah, for sure, man. It's the same. Like I'm a big fan of writing down your goals and kind of trying to figure out some short-term, mid-term, long-term.
Yep.
And I feel like this last year for me, I hit some strides, and I accomplished some things that I've been meaning to accomplish, and I've learned a lot of stuff that I think that's going to pay off in the future. And of course, my goals for 2022 is to keep growing my crypto bag.
Robin Hood,
my moon bag. I'm taking it to the moon.
But the universe.
That I continue want to help people learn, jiu-jitsu, martial arts, and help people any way I can, and just be happy and enjoy life. I think that's a big goal. I got some other goals too. Like I want to come out with a couple instructional series, and put some of my teachings on the interwebs. if that's either on my website or like on a Patreon or something like that.
Oh, OnlyFans?
Only hands.
Yeah, only hands? Nice. Only hands.
Oh, man.
It's great. Also with, I guess we can write goals for us. We would love to start doing some, rolling with the homie tours, coming to the gyms, teaching, sharing our, martial arts experience, skills with you. So, hit us up on the Instagram about, we'll give some dates when me and Chris will, once the new year, surpasses and we get some, dates down that we can travel, we'll open up maybe like a California tour and then start individually selecting some states that are COVID-free states that we can go in there and do some training and get to meet some people and, share our teaching or our knowledge with you. So hit us up on that. That's a good goal for Rolling with the Homies.
Yeah, for sure. We that's been like a mission from the from the beginning, is like being able to travel and share some of our technique, pretty much, and like your experiences, my knowledge over the years, and just kind of blending it up and having fun with it. So also, if anybody's interested in sponsoring the podcast, you guys can hit us up as well. This is our 10th episode. We don't have any sponsors yet, and we'll keep doing this thing for free. But if anybody wants to support, come on, send us some DMs.
Do it.
But next question: go-to food for energy and recovery, or I guess go-to food for energy and recovery.
I could say what I really enjoyed or looked forward to during this process of getting down to 125 was rice cakes with honey on them. I was like, man, I actually went to the store a couple days ago and got some rice cakes and honey and just I ate like 5 of them. But
so if I'm gonna do rice cakes, I'm gonna put like some sort of like peanut butter or almond butter. I know you couldn't do them because of the calories.
I did that for 1 week, and my weight would not drop. Like I was like, that's when I hit like a plateau. Like each week I was dropping probably 2 pounds at beginning of the week. I'm like, damn. But then I was like, all right, I'll do the rice cakes. And I was just putting a slab of peanut butter on it and then honey. And I probably had like 3 or 4 for like 4 days, like 3 a day, 3 a day in between training. And my weight was just stuck where there's all the fats. And once I stopped that, it went back down. But yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what it is. I was like,
it's a lot of calories.
Yeah, Danny was like, you need to quit putting peanut butter on that. And I was like, man, don't tell me how to live my life. And then I was like, all right, it's not going down.
I got to keep the weight on, or at least try to. Yeah, for food and energy, I try to keep a balanced diet and eat pretty healthy year round. People, it's funny how.
What's your one thing that you would say, like, all right, I'm going to go teach my class, but I'm going to go live when the lab goes? Or what do you eat before class? What would you like to eat?
So I'll eat more of like something that's going to be easily digestible and not going to weigh me down. I won't eat any meat before training.
Fish?
If I'm gonna eat if like that, it's gonna be like eggs or fish.
Nice.
Or like a
quick digestive.
Yeah, or like a smoothie with some sort of like maybe some plant-based protein. I'll do whey sometimes if I lift heavy. I'll like whey, but if I'm just like drinking a smoothie, I'll just do like a plant-based.
Bro, I had a vegan protein shake yesterday from Lifetime. Oh my gosh, my stomach was so just jacked up.
Ooh. Yeah, I wonder what they use.
I don't know.
That's something not good.
Horrible. So I actually,
bro, I make bomb smoothies.
Yeah, you do, bro.
I was making smoothies every day for
Chris,
years.
Let me get a little smoothie.
Yeah.
Chris has actually a really good one. But honestly, I love Thorne's chocolate protein. And Dr. Mateo, he would stay with me for a week, and he made this yogurt, protein yogurt. Amazing. I have to get the recipe off him, but I actually just got some yogurt at the store, and I'm excited to go back and make it.
Oh, I bet. Like, I used to get excited about those things. Yeah. I had lists of food.
Well, I had a huge list. And, like, I'm like asking Mateo, Dr. Mateo, I'm like, hey, man, like, remember when we were at, what are those cookies? Those cookies we had? Like, you'd send them to me. So, great guy. But
next question. Dude, and honestly, we got a ton of questions. It was hard to filter through them all. Some of them were kind of funny and, didn't want to, but like we wanted to kind of keep it keep it relevant and things that you can actually learn from. Staying at 125, are you moving back up? This is a common question.
Cool. Yeah. Like I said, I felt great at 125. I think that's something I got to decide, whether it's, 35, 25, I feel great at both. I think if I went to 35, I would do a little bit things differently to keep my weight up throughout the camp.
And not to cut you off, that's like, I was thinking about this too, because I'm constantly thinking about shit. But if you did go back up to 35, it would be cool to kind of see Dr. Mateo in the mix now to kind of help with maintaining your weight that, that it needs to be at, because beforehand we would always be really low for 35 and just kind of be low 40s and stuff like that. And that's why you're like, man, I'm a 25er.
Right.
But if he gets you, eating the right stuff, the right calories, the right timing, you might naturally be able to, if you hit 160, bro, like you might naturally be able to put on some size and do 35 healthy and, be strong there. But that's just something you're going to have to figure out.
Yeah, I think I was 51, 52 when I got on the scale before the fight. So, I mean.
And that's crazy because, like, the fight before that, you were 42, and that was a 135-pound fight. So if you just take, you're 10 pounds heavier and you weighed in 10 pounds lighter. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that, Dr. Mateo, us, and coaches will have to decide, like, what. I feel, really good. There's a lot of good matchups. I mean, Sean O'Malley, I really want to whoop his ass. That's a fight that's looming. I'm, hopefully could possibly be my next one. If I stay, for sure.
That would be a big money fight, bro.
Yeah, I want that fight. So I like to stay at 35. He might fight me now because I'm not, in the rankings at 35. So, and he's ranked. So that'd be a good fight. And you gotta respect his skills. He leveled up, a little bit with the Halion fight. Caught him early on, but we knew that the only way he was going to win really was catching him early on, and he did that. So he did his job. Hats off to him. He's now in the rankings. Was he 14th ranked? I think I saw.
Bro, I don't.
Yeah, I mean rankings are rankings,
I don't
but
pay attention to the rankings.
He's in the rankings now. So
yeah.
I'm gonna have to go up to 30, back up to 35, whoop his ass. But we'll decide. We'll figure it out. And I got some, what we spoke about before. Bigger news. I'm sure it'll be seen over social media in the next few weeks. And we'll just kind of dissect it from there and kind of just figure out what the next plan is. Get back into the gym, get back into the training, and reach out to Ali and see when the time frame is for the next fight. But right now, focus on having a good Christmas, good New Year's, and everything else will fall into place.
Yeah, it's important just to take it one step at a time,
That's
one day
right.
at a time, and not always be thinking about like, oh, I gotta do this, do that, because then that's just in your head too much, and you're not able to enjoy the present and enjoy what you do have, which family, Christmas, everything that comes with that. So it's a good time to wrap it up. It was good catching up. Haven't really got to talk in a week or two. And,
you've been super busy all over the place, training, traveling, cornering, and obviously life's been busy for me as well. So it's been nice to come on here and just kind of address how I am after the fight, what the plans are. We control the media. It's our podcast, so we appreciate you guys watching, tuning in, subscribing, liking, resharing our stories and the videos. Ask, if you need any more, questions or stuff we should add. Hit us up. Like I said, we want to come out and start doing some seminars at the new year. Let's schedule some of those. And we're just excited for, a good 2022.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like and subscribe, share the the podcast, please, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Much love.